Mr. John was a brother to me. You know, what he did for me at this company, I don't believe any other manager would have done it for me. He was there when he was most needed. He helped me out during COVID. So he treated me as a brother. So he will be missed a lot.
Who is John to me? Well, John's many things. He was a great leader, but most of all, he was a great stepfather. He and I share that. I am a stepfather, he's a stepfather to both girls. He has Indy and he has Asia, and he's a great role model for them. And I admired him a lot about that. I looked for him for guidance for myself, as a man, as a father, as a peer to work with. John was great. He knew his stuff. He knew how to make changes. He knew how to make adjustments. He knew how to take care of the people. Mad respect for John, mad respect. I will miss him dearly.
Oh, John is a representative of FedEx in the FedEx universe. I will miss him dearly, extremely. John was one of the go-to people in this station and his previous station. We'll truly miss him dearly.
To me, John McClendon was the guy you could go to about anything. He'd take the time to sit with you, talk with you. Sometimes he didn't have any or all the answers, but he was a great listener, and he will be missed.
John was a co-worker and a manager, more so a co-worker.
John McClendon is a good friend of mine. He's kind of my tennis partner, although we don't play tennis, but we constantly will bounce things off each other. Stuff that happens in the house, stuff that happens at the job. And he's always been there when I needed him. I remember a lot of times here at the job when I was working Saturdays by myself and I could get no one to come into work. I just picked up the phone, called John, and on a couple occasions he came in his sweatsuit and his sports car, put some packages in his car, and helped me make service. I mean, just because I needed it. So he's always a person that will be there if you need him.
John, peer manager, never had the opportunity to work with John, but what I know of John is a great guy, always a friendly smile, always very easy to talk to. In talking with my father retired about 3 years ago. I learned that John actually worked for my father and became a manager underneath my father's tutelage. So some interesting facts there. But John was a great guy, and for me, just a friendly manager and a guy you could always find a conversation.
I met John, I guess, to see around 2019. I was a courier MUV, and he was my manager for a couple of years while I was there, and then I think he transferred out. I guess I would say he's more of like a mentor because I got promoted as a manager in 2014, and I took some of the principles that I watched him, that he trained me on, like for our safety, his humility to people, how he felt about his employees, and his willingness to help the team and allow us to make decisions, and he backed us. So that's who John was to me.
John was my partner. Me and him shared the belt daily. We had our little rough moments here and there, fighting over swing drivers and stuff. But we always worked together. We worked real well together. So he was a very, very good partner.
John was a peer of mine at FedEx in the Liberty District.
John, to me, was a thorough, not just manager, but just a thorough man. Thorough brother. John treated me as an equal, never looked down on anyone, not to my knowledge. Very understanding, very caring, very, very helpful. And I always just call John my main man. Not gonna say by far, but by far, my favorite manager I ever had at FedEx.
John, to me, was my manager. He wasn't just a manager. He was my friend. And towards when him leaving, he was my brother. He became my brother, and I love him dearly.
John B. McClendon to me, first of all, I'm from ILGA station, and he was my safety manager, and my friend, and a mentor as well.
Well, John is a person, actually I always call him Mr. John. He's a person, he's always there for me. For example, I call him at night time and say, hey John, I'm not feeling well, I can't make it to work tomorrow. He won't even ask me. He will say, okay, I hope you feel better. Don't worry, I got you. That's the type of person is Mr. John. My whole family know who is Mr. John by name. You know, he was like an elder brother to me. He treated me like he's one of them, you know. I love him so much and I'm gonna miss him so much.
Short memory, wow. In all the years I worked with John, I think we got into an argument one time, and it was pretty heated. It was pretty loud because I'm a loud talker, and he was pretty adamant about his position. And after that one argument, the next day we came in and we discussed it in calmer minds, and it was like it never happened. We resolved it. We handled it like gentlemen. We discussed it. We both realized what we had done wrong or how we communicated wrong. And we moved on, and I think it made our friendship stronger and our ability to work together better.
Oh, my first memory of John, when he transferred to the station as a ops manager, we were in the town of Newport, Delaware, doing deliveries, Christmas time, so you know how hectic that is. I said, excuse me, what is your name? He said, John. You doing deliveries around here? I said, yeah. He said, yes. He said, Tony Voorhees had me go out and do a few extra deliveries to help out for Christmas peak.
The easiest memory I have with him is actually interesting because he's a manager. One day I was really stressed out. My route had gotten destroyed, and he basically pulled me aside and said, Pettis, he said, do not let this job stress you. He said, there's nothing about this job that is more stressful than your health.
It was a question about the 401, and he answered me in a jokingly way, and we both laughed.
My best memory of John. Okay, I would have to say when me, John, and Kamal, we went down to help MUV during the Super Bowl parade. We went down there to help out, and after finished helping out, we had no other choice but to go to the parade. And we went down to the parade. We had a great time, just laughing and joking, sharing our emotions about our football team, that we won that all, won the whole thing. And we were just cracking jokes the whole time, ate lunch, and we just had a ball there. That was one of the best memory of us just bonding together, sharing a passion that we all love, which was football. That was pretty cool.
Like I said, John and I never had the opportunity to work together that closely. So unfortunately, I don't have any real fond memories with John like that. But like I said, just all around great guy, easy to talk to.
I'll say my favorite memory with John is, I guess 2019 when COVID came out. Like I did everything, me and my family, we did everything that they said to do for COVID. And for about 2.5 years, we didn't catch COVID. And then I think maybe around 2001 or somewhere, 2002, we all came down with COVID and we were quarantined. And John worked here in Delaware and I was in Philadelphia. And so we haven't worked together for about 3 years. And maybe about the second week of my recovery, I get a telephone call and it was John. And John called, I guess he was getting over COVID. He called and we talked, for a while, as long as, my body would allow me to talk. And he, told me what he went through, told me about the vaccines, encouraged me to go get the vaccines. And I say that because at my station that I worked with about 8 or 9 managers. And my senior, he texted me, and said, hey, hope everything is all right. And then I had another manager named Mary. She she had water and case of water and a case of orange juice delivered to my house. But besides that, that's the only two people that I work with that contact me. And granted, I ain't worked with John for 3 years, and the guy had enough, in his heart and compassion for people that he called me to see how I was doing.
The time we had a Christmas party, he was always, fun to be around, and he was always, joy to hang out with.
My favorite memory of John is every time he would laugh, it tickled me.
I don't know if I have a favorite memory because all my experiences with John was good. Some were great. I don't want to incriminate myself, nor do I want to tarnish John's legacy, but I do remember getting off, sometimes I would work Saturdays, and John would meet us in the parking lot, and we'll have some, I say, grown-up Kool-Aid, if you know what I mean. And he would accompany us with that and help us drink it down, you know what I mean? So that would probably be if I had any.
Favorite memory of John. I have so many favorite memories of John, but I guess my favorite memory of John of when I first got the route, John, I wasn't doing too good in my route, and John would not let me fail. He was like, "You're not going to fail. You're going to do this route." He would meet me to help me get my 1030s off. He just was a kind and wonderful manager. But to have one favorite memory, I can't just have one. I have a whole lot of memories.
My favorite memory with John would be, of course, doing safety stuff. And John would be like, "Phyllis, where's my minutes? Phyllis. I would just hear John, Phyllis. I'm like, "John, pump your brakes. I got your minutes." And then I would turn it around on John and I'd be like, "How about you clean your office?" John had one of the messiest offices, not dirty, because he wasn't dirty at all, but he was messy. And I just always wondered how could John find anything in his office, but he always did. Also, the man had integrity, and he was smart, and he knew his job. Whenever we needed something, John would get it to us just like that. And or if he didn't know, he would go get the answer for you. And he really taught us how to, not just me, but the team, just everybody around him, how not to sweat the small things. Like, when people get you agitated, John was like mellow. I've never seen him raise his voice, but he wasn't a punk. He would let you know that he meant business by just his calm demeanor.
To you guys, his beloved family, I want you to know God loves him most. That's why he took him from us. And he is in heaven now watching over our shoulders. We pray for him. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And I love you guys. And please, if you need anything, feel free to give me a call. Asia, of course, Miss Rhonda, I love you guys. Let's remember God loves him most. That's why he took him from us. I love you guys. Thank you. Go.
There's a lot I could say about John McClendon. Number one, John was a good person and a manager, even though he was not my manager. But I can go to John with anything that had to do with the job, and he was right there for me. And he was a good leader under the safety team. And I just want to wish the family my condolences and prayers. Sorry for your loss.
My message to the family, it's tough every day. I lost my dad 2 years ago this April, and it doesn't get much easier. You have other people to live for, you have your kids to live for, you have your sisters to live for, your brother. You need to take care of each other. Please just be strong and continue to live. He wouldn't want you not to. He'd want you to become better people and to reach your dreams. So, John, I'm really sorry that you're gone. I'll be thinking about you. Thanks.
Yes, to the family. It's really such a huge loss for all of us. And I still think about him every day. especially to Asia and India and Asia's mom and John's children, my deepest condolences. And what a pleasure to know him. Thank you.
To the entire McClendon family, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know he will be missed. I know how blessed you all were to have him in your lives, as was I, even though it was for a short period of time. I am so sorry.
It's a loss to all of us here at FedEx, and we're gonna miss him too.
To the family, I pray that God gives you comfort in the loss of your husband and your father. I give you the strength to deal with whatever you have to go through. And one thing that I wanted to say, that John was a really good person. He was there for everybody in time and need and when they needed him. God bless you.
To the family of John, I want to say that I love you guys, condolences, and I'm always going to be here for you guys. And his memory will always be with us all times.
To the family of John McClendon, all I can say, he was a decent man and he will be missed. My thoughts and my family is also offering our prayer and condolences.
I'm always going to be there for you. I've kind of adopted them as my family. So long after people stop coming to visit, long after they stop dropping off with food, when everything seems to get quiet, I will be there. You can always count on me. Everyone, you guys have my number. I will laugh with you, I will cry with you, and I will hug you. So remember, I will always be there long after everybody else has stopped calling. You can call on me.
Very sorry for your loss. Hard to lose somebody at such a young age. John was a great guy, as I said, and I wish you guys the best, and my sympathy wholeheartedly.
I just want to say that, to me, John is and was a great guy, he was a good guy. I'm just sorry for your loss. I hope that through this time of grief that you remember the good times about John and it gives you peace. And that his light continue to shine in your lives forever.
Our hearts and souls go out to you, and our prayers.
My heartfelt condolences to the family. Asia, we love you and Godspeed.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank the family, first of all, for letting me be a part of your family. When John retired, you requested my services to be the DJ. I came out of retirement for that, but I would do that because you asked, and also just because of John and who he was to me. But sincerely, my condolences to you all. God bless you all. I'm gonna keep you all in my prayers. And I know time heals everything, but I know this is something that's very, very hard to swallow. So again, God bless to you all, and y'all have my condolences.
The message to the family, guys, I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. We all gonna miss them. I'm just praying for you guys, and I love you. And if you need me, I'm always there for you.
One of my favorite memories with John, it was actually with Jaria as well. We were working the top of the belt, scanning the belt, and we actually took a minute and struck a pose to mimic the Charlie's Angels. So from that point forward, me and Jaria became Johnny's Angels. So from that point forward, we were his angel, now he's our angel up above.
All right. My message to John's family, which is our family, because once you're FedEx and ILG, you're always FedEx and ILG, and that is that we are family now and always have been family. And if you guys ever need anything, we're just phone calls away. We will check up on you from here on into eternity. We're sorry. I am sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for our loss, because he's our loss as well. This one took me kind of hard. I wasn't, as everybody, we weren't expecting this, but we want you to keep your heads up. Know that now you have a beautiful angel amongst us, and we're gonna keep in touch forever.
John McClendon was the epitome of FedEx people and the Purple Promise. He brought a spirit to the station that will be missed, but I can promise you that that spirit will guide us on our journeys, and we will always have John in our mind when we're committing to the Purple Promise, and he will always be remembered as FedEx family.